What's up, Faithful? I'm Jacob Cowing,
What's up, Faithful? It's Ricky Pearsall.
and today we're spilling the beans with Pete's Coffee, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Sorry, somebody's calling me. I gotta hang up on him. It is Jacob. Jacob, what's up, bro?
Hey, y'all still doing it? Where you at? I'm on the way right now.
All right. First up here, we have wide receiver starter pack. What does every wide receiver wear on game day? For me, you always got to wear gloves. I really don't go too crazy with that. I don't have too many accessories. I have like one armband on my arm, and that's about it. But you know, a lot of receivers like to put on their sleeves. Me, I just keep it simple.
I'm pretty sure this is essential for every wide receiver to have his gloves, but within our receiver group, everyone has like a little bit of drip to their own liking. So I say number one thing, everyone got receivers, but everyone in the receiver group, they got to come with their own drip. Second question we got, how does wide receivers talk? I'll say a couple guys in our room, they're very outgoing. Some people are chirpy, some people are kind of quiet, stay to themselves, but I would say majority of our room, people like to bring that energy, that fire, that passion with them every game and every practice that we go into. So I'll say majority of the group, they like to talk their stuff.
I think we talk a lot, you know, at the line of scrimmage. I feel like it's just a swagger you got to have being a receiver. You got to dance a little bit. You got to enjoy being out there.
I'll say how Ricky goes about it. He's very outgoing. He likes to talk. He definitely likes to bring that energy. He likes to dance. I'll say that's the one thing about Ricky. He loves to dance and bring other guys with him to dance and bring that energy in the room. So I'm kind of in between. I'm like, sure, I'm kind of quiet, but sometimes I like to bring that energy. I like to bring guys along and have a good laugh or have like a good little turn up dance session in the group, get ready for game day and just get everyone get that adrenaline going and go out there and have some fun, ready to ball.
What accessories does a wide receiver need? I mean, on and off the field, I feel like you got to have some sort of swag. On the field, I keep it more simple, but off the field, you got to have your jewelry. And then from there, I just like to wear my lids, as you can see.
I'll say jewelry. A lot of our receivers I've been around, they all got some kind of jewelry with them, earrings, some kind of necklace. I've noticed too, a lot of guys gotten into watches lately. I know Ricky, he's a big watch guy. He's kind of brought me onto that watch game and put me on with that. But I would say definitely jewelry for sure.
What's a misconception about a wide receiver? If I'm being honest, a lot of them are true. One that's out there is we're divas. We're a little bit of divas, I'm not gonna lie. We gotta be a little bit.
We're not divas. A lot of people have like the stigma going around that, like we like to flop around and we like to, try and draw penalties and stuff like that. I wouldn't say so. Not with this group that we have. Everyone likes to just go out there, especially Ricky too. Me and Ricky, we like to just go out there and compete. What is your game day ritual? My game day ritual, I gotta eat the same food every single time, which is some kind of steak or chicken with rice, potatoes, and I always gotta have my veggies.
I don't really have too many things that I like to change on a game day. I kind of keep it the same. I like to pray. I do a little bit of meditation, and then I just put on my little playlist that I have. A lot of worship music in there, and then once it gets closer, I have my rap songs I listen to, and then I just start dancing. That's like basically my rituals.
Next thing we're doing is start, bench, and cut.
We got black sneakers, loafers, and boots.
All right, for my start, I'm gonna put loafers first. Bench, probably have to go with the black sneakers, and then cut, I'll go with the boots. Never been a boots guy, so yeah, I'm gonna cut those out.
Since it specifically says black sneakers, I don't wear too many black sneakers, I would say. I got a few of them, but I don't wear black sneakers specifically a lot. Loafers, I got a decent amount of those. And boots, I got a decent amount of those. I think it depends. Like pre-game outfits, I would definitely start maybe boots. I kind of like wearing boots. It gives me a little bit more height. So I feel good about myself when I wear the boots. The loafers, I would probably put on the bench, and then I would cut the black sneakers. And this is just for pre-game. But if we're saying off the field, I think I'm gonna have to go with the starting black sneakers because it's just more of like an everyday wear thing. And then I would probably go loafers as the bench and boots as the cut. Unfortunately, sorry boots. We got breakfast foods now. We got eggs, burritos, and pancakes. Okay, so I eat eggs every single day. Every single day in the morning. Burritos I don't really eat every day, and then pancakes I have every now and then. So I'm gonna go with eggs as my starting for sure. And then pancakes will be my bench, and burritos will be my cut, unfortunately. I've been really rocking with the steak over easy eggs and sweet potatoes in the morning. That's a really good combo, so I'll do that. But I'll switch up a scramble. I'll throw some veggies in there. It all depends how I'm feeling in the morning.
I'm gonna probably go with my start burrito and then bench pancakes, cut the eggs out. Because I've never been an egg fan. I can't eat eggs plain. So that's why that was like a no-brainer for me to, go ahead and cut the eggs out. Next thing we got vacation vibe. Beach, mountain, or city.
This is pretty easy for me, honestly. I got beach as my start for sure. You can't beat a nice beach, honestly. And then I'll probably go mountain is my bench, and then city is my cut. I feel like mountains, I mean, that's grown on me more through, maturity and as I got older. I used to love just being in a city and going to different stores and seeing people, but now I got to the point where I just don't want to see nobody. I just want to kick my feet up, go to the beach, and maybe look at some cool mountains. Yeah, Florida definitely got better beaches than California, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's also because the water's warmer. But yeah, Florida has no mountains though. That's the only thing. Florida is super flat, doesn't have really any mountains, and then California has a lot of mountains, so we'll take that. Our world's very beautiful, and God's made a lot of beautiful things on this earth, so being able to go see all those beautiful things that he created, it's awesome.
Start, gotta go with the beach. Can't go wrong with the beach ever. Probably bench the mountain, and then probably cut the city out. Get away from all that noise. The next thing we got are fits. So we got hoodie, white tee with gold chain. Okay. Graphic tee, hoodie. I'm always wearing hoodies. If you know me, you see me, you've been around me, I always got a hoodie on. I don't know why, even if it's hot outside. From Arizona, still wear a hoodie. Bench, probably the white tee with gold chain, and then cut the graphic tee. I'm kind of over the graphic tees now.
This is a difficult one. I'm probably gonna have to start hoodie. Just comfy vibe. You cannot miss with the comfy vibe. And from there, I'd probably go graphic tee. And the reason I'd go graphic tee is because I like wearing graphic tees for everything. I like wearing graphic tees, off the field, but I also like wearing graphic tees, when I work out, my off-season stuff. And then, it's just got a little bit more personality to it. And then the white tee with the gold chain is gonna be my cut, even though the gold chain's in there, and it's probably cool to have some jewelry with it, but I'll put the gold chain on with the graphic tee.
All right, so next category, we got coffee. And for this one, I'm gonna go chug, sip, or spill. So we got hot coffee, latte, and cold brew. For chug, I'm gonna go latte. If you know me, you know me. Sip, hot coffee, and I'm gonna spill that cold brew. I can't do no cold brew, so I gotta spill that one.
So I'm chugging the latte. That makes the most sense to chug. That's my most common order usually, so. And I'm the fastest coffee drinker on the planet. So, that's probably why I'm so jittery all the time and bouncing off the walls. They were offering me a coffee earlier. I'm like, I already had one. I chugged it earlier, actually. And then we got hot coffee. That's the one I'm gonna sip. And then the cold brew, I'm probably gonna spill that one. I think cold brew actually has the most caffeine. You gotta fact check me on that one, but so I gotta spill that one because if I don't spill some of that coffee, yeah, I'm gonna be everywhere.
Next category we got are tattoo stories. The first question we got here is, what was the most painful?
It was probably my first one. My first one, I started my leg piece, and it was like the back of my Achilles, and it goes all the way up to like the back of my calf, and like right in that crease behind your kneecap. That was not fun, especially because it was my first ever piece, and it was like 6 or 7 hours, and I was just sitting in a chair with no numbing cream, just like really thugging it out. Yeah, the Achilles was not fun. Back of the kneecap, there's some thin skin back there. So it was really burning. It was really burning.
I would say the inner part of my bicep that says fear none. That was probably the worst. I had to tell the tattoo artist to stop over 6-7 times because it felt like the pain was like in my heart, in my chest. So I'm like, nah, this shouldn't feel like that. So I had to tell her to stop a few times. The meaning behind my tattoos, just, fear no one, fear nothing, don't let anything get to you. And just if you have a mission in your mind that that no one can stop you from, don't let anyone, don't have no fear, don't let fear get to you, and go accomplish what you want to go accomplish in this life.
And my least painful one was honestly probably this one. Is it on this side? I think it's on this side, right? So it's this one right here. It was like 10 or 20 minutes long, so I thought it was gonna be more painful because it's on the neck, but actually the neck wasn't bad at all.
They were all pretty painful, but the least painful, I'll probably say my son's name and his birthday in Roman numerals was probably the least painful. That was just right here on my forearm. It was like, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably like a 5. So it wasn't that bad, but.
What was your longest session? My longest session was probably my entire chest piece. Ooh, I might have to go back because that was very painful. And I'll tell you why it was probably the most painful or tied. because I had to redo some of it. So I decided to get part of my chest piece done right before we had spring ball back in college. And I was probably like 3 days out from getting that tattoo, and we had pads on, and we were doing like ball security drills, and they were punching at it, and it was just like ripping my skin up and bleeding, and then it kind of faded the tattoo, so I had to sit back in the chair and retouch it while getting the other side done. That was pretty dang painful.
I think it was like 3.5 hours, and that's when I got the outside of my bicep done, outside of my forearm done. That was all in one sitting, and that took like 3.5, close to almost 4 hours. Next question, what's your favorite tattoo? All of them are my favorite tattoos. I got them all for a reason.
My favorite tattoo is probably my chest piece. I have a cross in the middle of my chest right here, and it has all my siblings' names. I have 3 sisters, and I got all their names tatted on me, and I carry that with wherever I go. I got my parents' birthdays and Roman numerals across my chest too. So I'd say probably my entire chest piece.
What was your first tattoo? First tattoo was my son and his birthday in Roman numerals. I got that shortly after he was born. After my first year of college ball, it was after my last game of that season is when I went back, decided to get his name tatted, and yeah, that was my first tattoo.
What inspired me was my dad's side of the family always tatted up. Even my older sister, she's like really tatted up, like way more than I am. So I grew up seeing tattoos all the time. And then I was 18 years old, and I felt really cool that I could go by myself and get a tattoo. And yeah, it was really cool. I got a tattoo. Now we're here with some Niners throwbacks with Jacob Cowan. We first met during our draft process. We were doing combine prep at the same spot in Exos, Arizona. And that's a training facility, and during that time, it's a hectic time. You're going through the draft process. It's really exciting, but there's a lot that comes with it, with not knowing what's coming up, just having the unknown, and, being able to go through that with somebody that, is also from Arizona. It was really cool to have that brotherhood during those times, and really being able to bond over that. And then we ended up on the same team, so it was really cool to do.
Did you play together before the 49ers? Never played together. Wish we did, looking back on it now, knowing that, we're from the same area and everything like that. But no, never played together, never played against them either throughout my whole high school career.
We didn't play together, but we played against each other, and we played Pee Wee football against each other. And I didn't know that until my dad told me that. He was one of the coaches on the team. He told me that we played against each other because I ended up asking him, I was like, where are you from? He said Maricopa. And then he ended up telling me who he played for, and my team was really good. And we used to dog walk every single team in Arizona, so I was wondering if I dog walked his team too. Turns out we did. So that was really cool to tell him that and throw it in his face. But it was really cool to really look back and share the same memories and know that, we basically grew up 20 minutes away from each other, had the similar stories coming from Arizona where, not a lot of big-time football players come out of, and being able to go through that draft process together and being on the same team, it was pretty amazing to connect the dots.
Next question, who is faster? I like this question, this is a good question. Who is faster? Me, of course. I'm gonna say me. I think I'm faster, but I'm not going to lie. Ricky does have some speed to him. He can slide. He is nothing to be played with, but in this question, I think I'm faster.
I want to say me, but Jacob is really fast, and he clocked a faster 40 time than me, so I'll give it to Jacob. Who can lift more? I'm not gonna lie, I think Jacob could actually lift more. He's just stronger, man. He's built for that. He likes to say all the time, I'm built different, and he really is. When I first met Jacob, he had a sleeveless shirt off, and he was just like shredded up, and I was like, okay, that's how he's coming in. I don't know who lifted more on the bench press in the combine, but we're gonna have to do some research on that. I got 17 reps. You gotta ask Jacob that same question.
I think certain things between me and Ricky, like we're better at in the weight room. I think he is more lower body. I would say more upper body. I'm stronger than him. So I think like there's a good balance in certain things that we do that he can lift more than I can, and I can lift more than he can in certain things too. But I think there's like a good balance between that. But let's see, last question. Favorite story/event you have with each other? I would say favorite event was when me and him came out here for rookie minicamp, and then we had that 40 days off. We went back to Arizona, and we got an Airbnb together, and we spent the whole 40 days together training, just getting to know each other, introducing ourselves to each other's families, trying to get closer that way. And I think that really was probably honestly my favorite memory, just, 2 guys that from Arizona working their butts off and ended up at the same place, drafted by the same team. And now we get to start our NFL career together, 2 guys from Arizona. So I think that was definitely my favorite story / event that me and him have had so far.
I think my favorite story that an event that I had with Jacob, it's not a specific story. I think it's more, just hanging out, being back in Arizona, during the off season and being able to train together, continue to build that bond with each other. And Jacob actually is a father too. He has kids, and we're able to connect on that level because it's not easy being an athlete and in this business to have kids like that too as well. They have to look over. This sport's very time consuming. So I think being able to connect on a personal level like that, especially as men in our society where we don't really open up like that, and being able to have that brotherhood where we can talk to each other about anything. It was super cool to have a dude like that, in my corner, and me being in his corner too as well. And in the off season, we also traveled to Florida together, and we were training out there, and it was super cool to do all our favorite things together, and become brothers. And then it made it easier when we got there on the football field. I'm Ricky Pearsall,
And I'm Jacob Cowing.
thanks to Pete's Coffee for letting me spill the beans with them. See you out there, faithful.